Folks, this is the 2024 Volkswagen Taos. It is the S trim level, the 1.5 liter turbo. This is a very peppy vehicle. Just driving it over here in the lot. A little bit of trash right there. Had to remove a little floor liner there. But I want to walk around the vehicle and give you a quick look at its condition. It's very clean. All-wheel drive system. I guess they call it 4Motion. Does have all the adjustments in there. Power lift gate in the vehicle. And let's make our way inside. By the way, this is a one-owner vehicle. So they drove it for the 52,000 miles in the vehicle and turned it in. So let me zoom out here to my fisheye lens and let's get right to it. Inside we go. Forgive me, not a power lift gate. unless we count human power, which I guess that does, but not the power lift gate that we normally think of. So forgive me on that one. It does have a center pass-through, so that little piece will drop down. You can pass through long objects through the center and still have room for two people on back seat. Otherwise, it's 60-40 split seats, so you can drop them down all the way if you need. We've got a little hook back here, great for grocery bags, apples and everything else that tends to roll around unless you tie it. And you got to get it home and untie it or rip the back apart from Walmart, whatever it is. Got a 12-volt power adapter in the back here. Got a spare. There it is, tools and such. Let's go on to the back seat of the vehicle. All right. Easy access. For a parent, that's fantastic to get to those car seats latches. Very easy, not buried under the seat where you got to find them. Cup holders in the rear. Little storage spots. Trying to think of anything else in the back, but let's go into the passenger side front of the vehicle. Do have a glove box. The vehicle comes with literature. It's beeping at me because I've got the key in my pocket and I'm not sitting in the vehicle. Power windows, power locks, usual things you expect in the vehicle, especially on the driver's side with all four. You can adjust your side mirrors, power side mirrors. There's your latch to do your fuel lid on the other side of the vehicle. Adjustments for our height and our lean. The bar in between, or the little lever there in between to scoot you closer or further away. Automatic lights in the vehicle. Woo. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopic, so you can put it right where you need it to go. And we have storage. And then our cup holders and cubby holes for chapstick, nail clippers, our adjustments for our different terrains we might be driving on for inclement weather in the snow or gravel mix or hills and mountains and so on. Electronic parking brake. You can turn off the start-stop feature if you don't like it when you stop at the stoplight and it turns itself off. So you can turn that feature off. It is a push-button start with proximity entry, so the key fob is on my person. I don't have to have it out with me. Moving on up, we have our environmental controls. So we have heated seats on the vehicle, good for this time of year. It's a little nippy outside. And temperature, fan speed, and the various modes that you can change. Moving on up from there, we have our infotainment system. Put the vehicle in reverse. If I can figure out reverse. There we go. And we have a nice camera. Radio features AM and FM radio. And then you can also pair up Android Auto and Apple CarPlay to the vehicle through the apps and such. Once you hook up through USB, which by the way, there are two USB-C ports right there. And then also a 12-volt power adapter. On to the steering wheel. Left-hand side of the steering wheel, we have our cruise control. It looks like we also have smart cruise control, which will maintain a consistent distance between you and the person in front of you until they get out of the way and you go back up to your speed that you wanted to be at, whatever that may be. Volume changer. Right-hand side features are a number of things. We have a heated steering wheel on the vehicle. This is a leather-wrapped steering wheel. And then, of course, we have voice command. And there's some symbols on here. Quite honestly, I don't know what they're for. I know some of these are going to be for the adjustment of our computer, our dash cluster up in the front. Yep, view. What is view? Oh, view is going to change our views. I'm learning as I go on the Volkswagen. Okay, and then we can change the different windows with that button. Okay, fun. There's that. Right, vanity light illuminates. It actually extends and extends the whole way, not a little plastic piece. That's nice. Volkswagen does have their their telematics system for, you know, SOS for emergencies, if you need maintenance in your vehicle, get a hold of a live operator and so on. And then there are various buttons for the lights, depending if you have the door open or turn the rear lights on and so on. Typical stuff, right? There is that. But no, fairly well equipped. It's got blind spot detection in the vehicle. So if there's someone in your blind spot, it does illuminate to let you know they're there. So you've got safety features. You've got some creature comforts with the heated seats, backup camera, and it's an all-wheel drive system. I mean, if you're just looking for heated steering wheel is nice in the winter too, because my hands are a little cold even just being out in this weather, just a little bit. But it's a nice vehicle. If I remember right, this is also priced under $20,000. So good SUV to putt around in, have a little storage. If you've got dogs, you can throw them in the back and so on. But yeah, if there's anything I missed you'd like to see, text me, 419-890-8793. Thank you for watching.